Bridget Bartlett here. I am the local business marketing training and support specialist for Builderall. And today I'm going to show you how you can add your Google reviews and your Google Map location on your website. So let me go ahead and dive into my back office and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Okay, I said back office. What I really mean is my computer. Okay, so I'm actually going to use a software called Elfsight. It's elfsight.com. You could come here if you guys have never heard of this before, just to let you know, since it is the whole Black Friday, they have a special where you can actually save 50%. Okay, I am not an affiliate for this product, but they do have an affiliate program. So if you're doing web agency work or you're building a team with affiliate marketing, this is a great way and a great tool of providing value and earning commission with affiliate marketing. So if you're building websites for people, this is a great bonus to offer. Okay, so there are lots of things that you can do with this with Elfsight. And before I go in much further, I just want to let you know, because I am a price numbers person. Most business people are numbers people. So if I choose change plans here, you'll see you can select one app or you can select multiple apps. So you see the pricing is basically based on how many websites, how many views per app, how many apps you want to use. I just have this basic plan, but like I said, I think it was $90 for the whole year, and so I can I have multiple apps that I can use, so actually 76 apps. And as long as each app doesn't go over 5,000 views, my price remains the same. So $90 for a year, one client would pay for that, right? So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to close out of this and I want to show you all of the things that you can do with Elfsight. And what this does is it basically, you can prepare this and then like your forms, or you want to add an Instagram feed, Google reviews. Like I said, you can add a WhatsApp chat to your website and you'll just get a code, okay, like an HTML code that will add to the iframe. And I'm going to show you how to do all of that, okay? I just want to show you that this is a great resource to be able to add different things that we don't yet have in Builderall to add to your website. So if you want to add, coronavirus stats, I have a few clients who have pharmacies, and so they may want that on their website. I could offer that as a bonus, or I could say, hey, for an extra, $5-10 a month, I could have the coronavirus stats on your website. So it's all about how you can provide value, okay? So of course, each of these things that you add to a website, you definitely want to upsell, okay? If you guys are doing survey funnels, there is a form builder here where you can actually add a survey to your website if that's what you want to do. You can add a cookie consent form, you can add contact forms, but we have the ability, and actually a lot of these things we already have the ability to do inside of Builderall. So really what I want to concentrate on is the things that we don't have, right? So let's see, I just want to scroll through here so you can see there's booking reviews. So if you have a client who is an Airbnb, I think there's even the option here somewhere, I think it said Airbnb, the Better Business Bureau reviews, AliExpress reviews. So there's even there's a house reviews. That's for like real estate, hotels, Edmunds, if you have a client who has a car dealership. So lots of things, okay? So what we're actually going to do though is let's just go up to Google reviews. And I want to show you how easy this is, okay? So let's go ahead and let's give this widget, is what it's called. Let's give this widget a name, and we're going to call this Vision Marketing Reviews. And that's because I'm going to pull up my agency, my business, and then we're going to add my reviews to a website. So we're going to call this Visual Marketing Reviews, and you have some templates here that you can choose from. And how do you want your reviews to display? So you can have the reviews widget here where it just lines them all up, and then you have this load more button. You also have a carousel, which puts them in basically, like we were saying, this carousel, and then you can choose how many reviews you want to display once you get into the functions of that. You can choose a slider, so it slides like this. You can choose a grid, so if you want to have multiple showing at one time. You can have what they call a masonry, so if you want them, kind of in blocks here. You can also choose to have it in the bottom right-hand corner of your website, and you can have the list form. You can have a sidebar widget, so it's just going to be on the sidebar of your website. You can also have a dark version of that floating badge there, and then you can just have your ratings as well, and it just says read 174 reviews. So let's go ahead and just choose this. We'll choose the carousel, and we'll just choose continue with this template. And you see right off the bat, we need to tell it what reviews do we want, right? So the first thing we need to do is search for our business. Now, I will say, if you do not have, you have to have a Google My Business account, obviously, to start getting Google reviews. So your business needs to be on the map. Okay, so you need to be able to search for the business. So if I look for my business here, you see my business comes up. But if I did not have the address on my business, if I just had like a PO box or something like that, you will not be able to pull it up. So if you can't find your business here, that's why. Okay, so you need to have your address here. So let's go ahead and click there. And you'll see now it's pulling up all of my reviews for my business. Now that is my address, so if you guys want to send me Christmas gifts, that's fine. I do like essential oils, and so whatever, whatever you want to send me. That's cool. You also, while it's pulling up the reviews here, you have some filters. So if you want to only choose this 5-star reviews, which I would highly recommend, you can definitely select that. You can exclude any names or keywords that you want to filter out. You can handpick reviews by name or keyword, and then you can also choose how many reviews you want to show. Now, since I have 35 5-star reviews, I'll just say 35. And then we could go back here. You can actually sort. So if you want your most recent reviews first, you could choose that, or you could choose random. We'll just say random. And you can also choose a heading. So if you want your heading to say, what our customers say, it'll be at the top. For some reason, it's taking a long time to pull up those reviews. But I actually like to turn this off because I'm adding it to a website, and I want to make sure that the heading up here, let me see. Okay, so this heading, I can't change the font. I can't change the size. And so what I want to do is just turn that off because I want to add my own header. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back here, and you can actually sort the language too. So if you are not in a country where they speak English, you can choose any of these options here. Okay, you can, let me just go back to English and select that because it won't get off of there. And so you can choose some of these options here. I don't want to go too deep into this because the most important part of this is showing you how to embed it on your website. Okay, so I have some incredibly awesome reviews, and a lot of you guys, if you're in my group, you left reviews for me. So I am so appreciative, because just like we're adding this to a client's website, reviews are so important, and it's part of that know, like, and trust factor. Okay, if you see 35 5-star reviews for a marketing agency, that kind of, you let your guard down a little bit, and you just think, okay, I could probably trust this person, and it just really helps to build that. It helps to establish your brand as credible. Okay, so you can actually choose the layout here. So if you again, if you want to show your header, or you want to not show the header, which is this one here. You can choose to show the title of your displays or your reviews, I'm sorry, the ratings, the number of reviews, and write a review at the bottom. We're just going to leave this as is. We're not going to adjust the carousel settings or any of that, but you know, it's important to know that you can design this basically however you want. Definitely want this write a review button to be a different color, and we definitely want to choose our branded color. So let's go back to I have all of my brands here on my Trello board because, as I always preach, you guys need to have your branded colors easily accessible all the time. So we'll just make this purple color my branded color. So let's actually just paste this hex code here. And now we have my branded purple color there. You can actually change the colors of the stars and all of that if you want to. You can make it dark. Let's actually just keep it dark. That kind of looks cool. Or you can choose a custom design and then, customize that however you want to. So once we get this, how we want it to look, we need to click Apply and then Save. And once we've saved, you see it comes up with a code here, okay? So let's go ahead and click copy and let's go to our website, okay? So I'm gonna pull up my website here. Let's just actually pull it from a template. So let's go create a new website. We're gonna click here to create new website. We'll just choose a simple template. And let's go to niche funnels, or actually Site Express. That's where our complete websites are. And let's just choose this one. So we're going to click Save. And it's going to pull in that website template into our Cheetah Builder. So it's building and building. You guys let me know if you have any questions as I'm going through this. So, okay, I'm going to click Next here. Actually, click Skip. And let's go to the first page of our website. I'm going to refresh the screen on Facebook. If you guys are watching this anywhere other than my group, just know that I don't monitor the comments. I stream this live on YouTube and Periscope and several other places, but I only respond and monitor the comments in my group. So if you want to join my group, click the link in the description to join. If you're already in my group and you don't have a Builderall account yet, you can click the link there and create one. So now we're in my website template here, and if you scroll down here, you see that it has a place for the reviews. But these reviews are great, but from a customer perspective, I would rather see Google reviews. And it's not because I just love Google, but it's because I know that people have to go to Google to leave the reviews themselves, okay? So I just feel like because it's third party, because Google is controlling the reviews, I could paste anybody's picture and name and say anything that I want to in here. But the fact that it's Google just gives that extra credibility. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually just delete this section here, and I'm going to just add the widget that we just created. So we'll just go ahead and leave this here. And remember when I said I didn't want the header, and it's because I want to be able to control all of that. I want to make sure that it's consistent and congruent with my brand when I'm building my website. So let's go over here to the side panel, and we want to add an iframe. Okay, so anytime you want to add any type of HTML code to your website for a widget or something like this, you can add it via iframe. So let's go ahead and I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger there. And then let's left click in the iframe. And then we want to click on the pencil here where it says edit element. And then we want to go to general settings. And then we can just paste. I'm going to click Control V to paste our code. And now our website reviews are slowly popping up here. May actually click in this and expand this panel so we can make sure to have all of the review here. And I always want to make sure that these gray bars, anytime you use an iframe, make sure to stretch this out until those gray bars disappear. Okay, you can always come back and center it here like that. So like I was saying, a lot of the colors that have to do, if you want to edit anything inside the iframe, you need to go back to Elf site and then edit that, because once you edit it, it's going to have the code for however you designed it, and then that's what it's going to put here. Now you see also when I left click out of here, it still has this dash or this dotted border around here, and that's the default, just because when you don't have any code in here, sometimes this can get lost. So it defaults to the the dash line around here. But to get rid of that, let's go ahead and left click. Let me make sure that's centered. To get rid of that, all you need to do is go down to border, and you see it has a 1 here in the dash line. If you just change that to no border, or you can change that to 0, or you could even go here and then move that to the transparent. So if you guys didn't know, you can slide this bar and make that color that you've chosen more or less transparent. So those are the 3 ways that you can get rid of that. So now when we click outside of that, you see our website reviews are here with no border. So let's go ahead and save. And I also want to show you how you can get the map. Okay, so let's go back up to, actually there's a page here, contact. Especially if you are a service-based business or a restaurant or something like that, you usually want to have the map of your location here. And if you see on Elf site, if you go back to the applications, they actually do have a widget where you can install your Google Map. But the problem with this is that you need to have, and this is not correct, and I actually was trying to figure this out the other day, but you need to have like an API key and just all of these. It's kind of difficult. So what I did is I found this website, embeddgooglemap.net. Okay, so let's actually go to my business, and we'll click enter. And it's searching, and you can actually change the width and the height here. So let me just get this on the screen. Okay. So now it has found my business on Google. Okay. So it has my address, it has my reviews, it even has directions to my location. You can choose this to zoom in or out of your location if you want to, so that we can just move that in. You can choose whether to have the map view or the satellite view here. You can change the width or the height depending on what size you need your website to be. If you want the complete size, you can actually type in 1920. And that will actually fill the entire banner if you wanted to do a full-size map. And we could actually do that. So let's just choose that. And let's go ahead and get this HTML code. Once you have designed it however you want to, and you've chosen the width and the height and whether you want satellite on, you've zoomed in and out, however you want. Maybe I want this zoomed out just a little bit more so it's not so specific since people don't really drive to my business. Okay, so now that my map is exactly how I want it, I'm going to click here to get HTML code, and you see we have our code. So let me copy this code here, and let's go back to our map, and let's just left click because this is already an iframe. See, it tells you the element up here at the top. So you see this element is an iframe. We're on the iframe settings. So let's go to general settings, and let's make sure to delete this because that's the default code. And we can actually Control V to paste. And remember I said we wanted this the full width. So let's go ahead and select that box there and apply. Okay, here we go. So we can actually, so you see now, let me actually close this. You see now our map is across the entire bottom here, but there's also, you see this, that gray line here, and then there's the gray line across. We want to get rid of that. So there are a couple things that you can do. So let's go click here to edit again. And you can go back to the HTML editor and change the size and keep working with it until you get it the correct size. You can also go to minimum height here. And if you change, actually, that's not, if you change the height here, you see how it expands that. So let's drag this, actually, let's drag this up a little bit. So you see how if you just play with those settings, you know, the goal is always to get rid of that little scroll bar. You see how I move down here and then that scroll bar appears. So this is what you're looking for, okay? Now here's a little hack. If you come in here and you go to the code, rather than going back to that website, which you could do, and then just keep working with the code to change it, all you have to do really is go back here and you see how it says 500 pixels. That's the height, and then the width is 1920. You could actually just change this 500 and just make it, let's try 400, and then apply. And you see now it's a little bit shorter. So that is exactly the same as if you would go back here and then type in 1920 by 400 and then generate the code for that. It's exactly the same as if I copied this, because if you look at the code, it says 400 and then 1920. Okay, so I hope that made sense to you guys. All right, so that is how you install the Google Map and the Google Reviews inside of a website. Let's go ahead and save. And I want to show you guys too the mobile view, okay? Because iframes kind of get confusing or hard to work with when you go to the mobile view, because a lot of people don't really know how to edit the mobile view. So once we're in the mobile view, if you click here to access the iframe, you go to Edit Element, and I actually like to expand this side panel, especially in mobile view. And then let's go to Edit. And if you scroll down here, the minimum size is what we work with in mobile. So we just want to, like I was saying, we just want to make this large enough to where that scroll bar disappears. So we can keep moving with this, or we can fine tune it with these numbers here, okay? So you see, now that disappeared. I usually like to go a little larger than, you know, whatever it was to make it disappear. You can go to Advanced, and then you can adjust the lateral spacing. So you see as you move this in and out, you know, usually that scroll bar will disappear. But since we did have such a large map, I think that's why it's not really correcting the bottom part here. Okay, so what you could actually do on mobile, if it didn't look perfect, which I am definitely a perfectionist, so what you could do on mobile is click here to hide it, and that way it's not on the mobile view. But if you go back to the desktop view, then it's still there. Okay. So you guys can play around with it. You can, lots of adjustments, lots of options, and it just really, really adds that not only is it user friendly, because obviously businesses, they need to have their location known so that people can find their business, but also it just helps to build that credibility. Anytime you can showcase your reviews or your business location, especially if their business is brand new or, it's kind of tricky to find, you definitely want to have the map and just make it as easy as possible. That way all of their questions are answered on the website. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you found some value in this, and I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Go build it with Builderall.